already start with the roll call.
Okay, yes, sir. We can do that, sir. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Bids and Awards Committee meeting for October 2022. For our roll call, kindly acknowledge once your name is called, please. For our presiding officer, Attorney Roberto Martin Buenaventura,
Present.
En- Engineer Arnold Balucating, member.
Present.
Engineer Arnel Orlado, Miss Amneres Gabriel, uh, I think Miss Vani is also present online. Engineer Elmer Gomez. Thank you, Sir Elmer. For our provisional member from ADMS, Christian De La Cruz, and Architect Emerson Salas.
Present online.
For MISD, Mr. Dennis. Uh, and for CSIS, Major General Ricardo Banayat. Good morning, sir.
Present, sir. Present. Present,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Present.
Um, Also, Mr. Chair, for the BAC Technical Working Group, yours truly, Frank Edward Marty, members, Ms. Christina Balonon, Mr. John Christian Cala, Ms. Odessa Cortez, Jo Marie Anthony Eligio, Alfred Sheldon Ceballos, and Jofferan Joffet Torrefranca. For the Secretariat, Mr. Chair, also present are the members of the Secretariat, Engineer Leandro Varquez, our minutes taker for today, Miss Eloisa Casimiro, Miss Alma Belia Hilo, and Miss Sandra Serdan, Mr. Chair. That's for also, Mr. Chair. We also invited for today observers from COA Resident Auditor. Um,
Good morning po.
Yes, sir. Mr. Clyde Cabotaje. Good morning po, sir. We also invited representatives from PCCI, NGO EBJFI, PICE. From the Internal Audit Service, we also have representative present today. Thank you, ma'am. PCAI and PADPAW. This is for the afternoon, Mr. Chair, the PADPAW. So that's all for the roll call, Mr. Chair. We have five of the seven members are present for today's meeting, sir. We do have a quorum, sir.
All right, thank you. With that, we can proceed with today's agenda. For this morning, we have hold on. The pre-bid conference, tama ba? Pre-bid conference for the improvement to renovation of fourth floor Director General's office, amounting to 7,488,745 pesos and 78 cents. This is an ADMS project. Do you have prospective
Yes,
bidders
please.
for this?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we received five inquiries, and they are also in the waiting room, Mr. Chair. Waiting.
Sige, let's have them admitted and let's have ADMS do the presentation. Thank you.
I will do the presentation, sir.
Okay, sige.
Okay. Thank you. Secretariat, please kindly admit the prospective bidders. Good morning, everyone. To our prospective bidders, good morning. Welcome to the Bids and Awards Committee meeting. And this is for the project improvement, renovation of fourth floor and Director General's office. This is an ADMS project with bid number 22-015-10, amounting to 7,488,745 pesos. May we request our prospective bidders to kindly indicate in our chat box the name and the company you represent, please. And later on in our discussions or clarifications, you will be given the opportunity to introduce as well. So again, this is for the project improvement, renovation of fourth floor and Director's General Office. this is a pre-bidding conference. We would like to inform our prospective leaders that the bid documents for this project is already uploaded in the PhilJEPs and the CAAP website. So you may download these documents in this portal. So for the invitation to bid, uh, this is a project, again, improvement renovation of fourth floor and Director General's office. The source of fund for this is the CY 2022 COB of the authority. Uh, the approved budget is 7,488,745 pesos and 78 centavos. For technical personnel requirement, we require one project engineer, one electrical engineer, one master electrician, one master plumber, one architect, one construction foreman, and one construction safety and health officer. For the minimum major equipment requirement, we require one unit dump truck with 10 cubic meter capacity, one unit, one bagger concrete mixer, two units welding machine with 10 to 200 amperes, two units oxyacetylene cutting torch or welding outfit, and one unit portable welding machine 10 to 200 AMP. The required pickup license for this project is small B license category C and D, that is for building and industrial plant, and the duration for the project is 90 calendar days. The bidding documents cost is 11,200 pesos, which is inclusive of the 12% value added tax. I will go now to the bid data sheet. Please inform that under item 5.2, the bidder must experience having a completed single largest completed contract, which is the SLCC, that is similar to this project, equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC. So for this purpose, this project we refer to contracting to building, construction, improvement, rehabilitation, repair. So the ABC for that is 7,488,745 pesos and 78 centavos. So under ITB 7.1, we are not allowing subcontracting for this project. Under ITB clause 10.1, the bidder shall submit the eligibility and technical documents. So later on, I will show the checklist and the technical financial document. For ITB clause 10.1, we require a certificate of site inspection. This will be signed by Colonel Lieutenant Colonel Dino Jonella, the Assistant Director General 2 of the ADMS, or his duly authorized representative. Also included as attachment to the certificate of site inspection is the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, the copy of the airport facility visitor's logbook with the entry name of the person and the signature of the person who conducted the site inspection, a picture of the proposed site, including the person who did the site inspection and the representative of the ADMS. So please take note that bids not complying to any of these instructions will be automatically disqualified. So for the key personnel, as mentioned earlier, the general experience requirement is 5 years in general engineering, and for the relevant experience, 3 years in building construction, improvement, rehabilitation, and repairs. So just take note of the number of years experience for the key personnel. For ITB clause 10.5, I already mentioned earlier the minimum major equipment required, and it's also flat right now. For ITB clause number 16, please take note that each and every page of your submitted documents shall be initialed and signed by the duly authorized representative, and the submitted eligibility, technical, and financial document shall be properly marked with, also it has to have the index tabs or ear tabs, and it must be sequentially paginated in accurate order in a form of, for example, page 1 of 100, 2 of 100, 3 of 100. Page number of the last page of the document per envelope basis. So pagination should be sequentially based on the entire span of the whole document inside the envelope. Uh, please be Please take note that bids not complying with these instructions shall be automatically be disqualified. So the bidders shall submit one copy of the first and the second envelope. The first envelope being the technical component, the second is the financial component envelope. So here are the checklist of requirements. These checklists of technical and financial documents are also included in the bid documents, which can be downloaded at PhilJobs and the CAAP website. So for the legal documents, we require valid PhilJobs registration, mayor's permit, um, registration from the SEC, DTI, or CDA, and the tax clearance. For the technical documents, we require the submission of the perspectives ongoing government and private contracts. Next is the statement of single largest completed contracts. Uh, Next is the pickup license, and already mentioned earlier the required uh, license category for the pickup. And please take note, if you are a joint venture, you also need to submit a special pickup license for the joint venture together with the resolution as well. So the bidder also has to include in the technical documents the bid security or a duly notarized bid securing declaration. For the project requirement, we require in the checklist the organizational chart, the list of contractors, personnel, and the list of contractors' major equipment for the project. So we also included in the checklist the omnibus sworn statement, and this omnibus sworn statement shall include the following attachments: certificate under oath that no, certificate under oath of no pending case against the government. Please take note that if the bidder is a joint venture, both members of the joint venture shall also submit individual certification of no pending case against the government, as well as we also require the legal clearance from the Enforcement and Legal Service. Again, for joint venture, we require that each member company or organization of the joint venture shall secure a legal clearance. So we also require as attachment to the omnibus sworn statement the bid bulletin, if there is any in this particular project. So included also in the checklist of technical documents, the certificate of site inspection. Uh, Attached to the certificate of site inspection is the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, the uh, copy of the visitor's logbook with the entry name of the person who conducted the site inspection, as well as a picture of the proposed site together with the person who conducted the site inspection as well. For the technical under Class A documents, still in the first component, under financial documents, the prospective bidder has to submit the audited financial statement as well. And for Class B documents, if it is a joint venture, you also need to submit a joint venture agreement together with the authority from the companies that you are authorized to enter a joint venture agreement. For the financial document, this is for the second envelope. We require the submission of the bid form. This is a specific form is also attached for this project. Summary of bid proposal, bill of materials and cost estimates, summary sheet indicating the prices for materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals. And lastly, for the cash flow by quarter and payment schedule. So I will go now to the scope of work. SPL1, which is mobilization and demobilization, item 1 structural works as flash engineer C requirement under item 1.01 to item 1.05. Please take note that the plans and drawings for this project may be obtained from the BAC Secretariat as well as downloadable from the FieldJets and CAAP website. Item number 2, this is the architectural works under item 2.01 to 2.03, 06 as flashing your screens right now. So for item number 3, for the electrical works, we have them 3.01 to 3.7, 3.05, as well as for the plumbing works under item number 4, 4.01 and up to 4.03. So for the fixtures fixture included in this project, we require the following documents as flashed in your screen together with the quantity as required. For mechanical works, we have two items here under 5.01 and 5.02. And lastly, included in the scope of work is the furniture for this project. Um, I will now show the plan on site for this project. Um, Next is the proposed floor plan. Again, the plans and drawings of this project may be obtained from the BAC Secretariat. So this is the cross section A, cross section B, the longitudinal section C, just to give the prospective readers the idea of the proposed project. So Director's General's Office, this is the plan. The total area for this is 28.52 square meters. So this is the picture of the proposed Deputy Director General's office. The total area for this office is 33.35 square meters, together with plans as well. These are the plans. So this is the office, proposed office for the Chief of Staff with a total area of 17.08 square meters. The plans for this COS office, the conference room with a total area of 21.32 square meters. So this is the drawings. Included also is the pantry portion of the fourth floor with a total area of 12.58 square meters. And overall, this is the perspective. So that's all, Mr. Chair, for the presentation. The technical working group is now, together with the end user, is now ready to entertain questions coming from the prospective leaders for this project, sir.
All right, at this juncture, we open the discussion for any questions from our prospective leaders. None ba? Do you have questions?
Prospective leaders.
Ayan, may nag-raise ang hand.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have here from MZR Builders. You are now recognized, sir. Kindly state your name and the company you represent first before raising your question.
Yes, sir. My name is J.R. Quiroz from MZR Builders. Question po namin is, papayagan niyo po ba mag-stay in yung mga tao sa site for the duration of the project?
Mr. Chair, may I request the end user to respond the question of the bidder, sir?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Regarding dun sa question, kung papayagan po mag-stay. Meron lang pong allowed personnel, kung ilang personnel lang po. At saka, yun po yun, dinidiscuss po yan during pre-construction meeting.
Ilan po kaya yung maximum na tao pwede magstay?
Sir, yun nga po, dinidiscuss yan during the pre-construction meeting. So, may ina-allow naman po na personnel para dun sa project, pero yung number of personnel, yung pong project in charge po natin, project manager po natin na sasabi po kung ilan po yung allowed nila.
Mag-aalat po ba kayo ng area for barracks or embassy?
Yes. Dinidiscuss yan during pre-construction meeting.
Okay. Tapos, sir, question ko dun sa furniture ninyo kasi marami kayong furnitures eh. Will it be okay kung magkaroon tayo ng, let's say, konting adjustment sa size? Let's say, yung height or yung width ng mga furniture, more or less, pwedeng sumobra or kumulang siya ng 10 to 30 cm?
Sir, meron po tayong specification na required para dun sa furnitures.
Opo.
Yun po as per plan po tayo. Kakaroon lang po ng numeration during during actual. So, as per plan muna po tayo, i-discuss din po yan during during implementation na po. So kung may mga changes or any variations, during implementation na po yan.
Hindi, para po sana sa pricing namin para kung okay yung mga furnitures.
Regarding po dyan, as per plan po tayo, meron po tayong
Office warehouse.
Okay po.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions or clarifications from our prospective bidders? Well, if there is none, we would like to inform our bidders that you still have the opportunity to raise questions or clarifications. Submit a written meron pa po pala from Trowell Builders Corporation po. Ma'am, sir, can you state your name and the company you represent first before raising your question, please?
Pio Aquino po from Trowell Builders. Yung tanong ko lang po, sir, yung regarding sa site certificate, site inspection certificate, manggagaling po ba sa amin yung form or meron kayong ibibigay na certificate?
Sir, yung site certificate po, ikaw na yung sumagot.
Good morning, sir. Sir, meron po tayong certificate na binibigay dito sa ADMS upon site inspection. Signed by Colonel Jonella or Julie authorized representative po.
Okay po,
Sir,
sir.
meron na po tayong format para po doon.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
You're welcome po.
Any other questions po? Again po, to our prospective bidders, pwede pa po kayo magpadala ng inyong written questions po. Submit it 10 days prior to the date of opening of bids po. So, kung wala na po, we are looking forward for your submissions na lang po for the opening of bids for this project. Mr. Chair, we can now close this item, sir.
All right. Sige, let's close this pre-bid conference. Once again, thank you for everyone who attended our prospective bidders. We look forward to your submitted bids. Sige, let's dismiss them already. Attorney Ham.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Secretariat, please kindly remove from the meeting room the prospective bidders. Mr. Chair, the meeting room is now cleared, sir.
Alright, they're gonna proceed to the next item in the agenda. We have another pre-bid conference. This time for the supply, delivery, installation, and commissioning of fire suppression system for the MSD data center. An ODG MSD project. Do you have prospective bidders for this?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we received two inquiries, and I think they are also in the waiting room, sir.
Sige.
For these may we request, Mr. Chair, for the prospective bidders to be admitted, sir? Um, for this project, the MISD, sir, will present. Go ahead, MISD, Sir Dennis.
Good morning, everyone. Through the chair, may we proceed to the presentation of our project?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Background of the project: approved budget for the project is 2,410,000. Delivery of for 45 calendar days from the issuance of notice to proceed. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Bid data sheet. A certificate of site inspection, Annex B, Form 5, duly signed by Ms. Cheryl Waligan or Mr. Dennis Arevalo of the MIS, or his or her duly authorized representative is required to be submitted. This shall include all of the following documents as attachment to the certificate of site inspection and shall form part of the bidder's technical documents. Copy of company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection. Copy of the facility visitor's logbook with the entry name of the person who conducted the site inspection. Letter C, picture of the proposed site including personnel who conducted the site inspection together with MISD authorized representatives. Bids not complying with the above instructions shall be disqualified. To Section 23.4.1.3 of 2016 IRR of Republic Act 9184. The bidder shall have an SLCC that is at least one contract similar to the project amount of which shall be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC. For this purpose, contracts similar to the project refer to contracts which have the same major categories of work, which shall be fire suppression system in a data center, completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission of receipt of bids. ITB Clause 10.1 Legal Documents. Valid PhilJEPS registration. Letter B, registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority for cooperatives or its equivalent document. Mayor's business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. And letter D, the tax clearance per EO number 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the BIR. ITB Clause 10.1 legal, again for legal documents. Number 1, submit the certificate of PhilJEPS registration and platinum membership including Annex A in lieu of the uploaded Class A eligibility documents. submit a combination of the PhilJEPS registration and Platinum membership, including Annex A and Class A eligibility document identified in Section 8.5.2 of the revised IRR of RA 9184. Submit all the Class A eligibility documents, provided the PhilJEPS registration and Platinum membership shall be submitted as a post-qual requirement in accordance with Section 34.2 of the revised IRR RA 9184. Letter E, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid, Annex A, Form 1. Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC, to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided under the rules, Annex A, Form 2. Letter G, original copy of bid security. If in the form of surety bond, submit also a certification issued by Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration, Annex B, Form 1. Excuse me. H, schedule of requirements, Annex B, Form 2. I, conformity with the technical specifications, Annex B, Form 3, which may include production, delivery, schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales parts if applicable. Letter J, original duly signed, omnibus sworn statement, Annex B, Form 4. If applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original SPA of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and to do acts to represent the bidder. This shall include all of the following documents as attachment of the omnibus sworn statement: certification under oath attesting that they have no pending cases against the government, in addition to the eligibility requirements as prescribed under in revised IRR of 9184. Legal clearance to be issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service with respect to the non-pending cases of the prospective bidders against this authority. And number 3, bid bulletins if applicable. ITB Clause 10.1, financial documents, the prospective bidders' audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidders' total and current assets and liabilities stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And L, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity. ITB 10.1 Class B documents, if applicable, duly signed joint venture in accordance with RA 4566 and its IRR. In case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Applicable BAC standard forms included this PBD shall be complied in accordance with the prescribed forms under Section 8, bidding forms, Annex A and B. Modifications on or alterations on the stated requirements in the financial document form shall not be allowed. Bids not complying with the above instruction shall be disqualified. IDB Clause 11.1. The second bid envelope shall contain the financial documents for the bid as specified in Section 9, checklist of technical and financial documents. This shall include the complete accomplishment of all of the following documents as stated and required under Section 8 of this PBD, and shall form part of the bidder's financial documents. Number 1, original or duly signed and accomplished financial bid forms, and number 2, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule. Modification and or alterations on the stated requirements in the financial document forms shall not be allowed. CAAP standard forms included in this PBD shall be complied in accordance with the prescribed forms under Section 9 bidding forms Bids not complying with the above instruction shall be disqualified. ITB Clause 14.1, the bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or, or or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount of not less than 48,200 pesos. This is 2% of the ABC. If bid security is in cash, cashier's manager's check, bank draft guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit. Or letter B, the amount of not less than 120,500 or 5% of the ABC of bid security is in surety bond. ITB Clause 15, number 1, each and every page thereof shall be initialed, signed by the duly authorized representatives of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical, and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order in the form. Example, page 3 of 100. Page number of the last page of the document per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole document inside the envelope. Bids not complying with the above instructions shall be automatically disqualified. Number 2, each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of its bid. ITB Clause 19.1, the bidder must render its statement of compliance or conformity with bidding documents as enumerated and specified in Section 7, Technical Specification, BAC, CAAP, Annex B, Form 2. Bids not complying with the above instruction shall be disqualified. RTB Clause 19.2, partial bid is not allowed. The project is packaged in a single lot and the lot shall not be divided into sublots for the purpose of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. NFCC or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank. Annex C, Form 4. The bidder with the lowest calculated bid that complies with and is responsive to all of the requirements and conditions shall submit its A. Latest income and business tax returns filed through electronic filing or payment system. Letter B. Business licenses and permits required by law. Letter C. Latest audited financial statements. Failure to submit any of the post-qual requirements on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided that in the event that the finding against the veracity of any of feature of the bid security in accordance with Section 69 of the IRR of 9184. ITB Clause 21.2, the attached technical specifications or terms of reference for supply, delivery, installation, and commissioning of fire suppression system for the MISD data center shall be an integral and inseparable part of the contract. Special conditions of the contract. SCC 2.2, terms of payment. No partial payment is allowed. Payment of 100% of the contract price upon completion and acceptance of the project. SCC 4, inspection and test. The inspections and tests that will be conducted shall include but not limited to physical inspection and inventory or whatever additional tests that the technical inspection team may require. Terms of reference. General objective. The objective of this project is to implement a level of safety and security to protect CAAP information technology devices and information assets from damages caused by fire. Fire suppression system is one of the key components to achieve a Tier 2 data center with 99.741% of time or only 22 hours of downtime per year. Clean agent, HFC 227, fire suppression system key features. Clean agent fire suppression system is a colorless, odorless, non-contaminating gaseous fire protection agent. Electrically non-conductive, works by removing heat from a fire so that combustion cannot be sustained. Non-toxic, safe around people, workspaces, and electronic devices. Significantly minimize damages to life and property. Bidder is requested to submit their offers with the detailed specifications, drawings, and catalogs for the products they intend to supply. Agents and devices must be UL certified. All the functionalities and scope of the product to be supplied shall not be less than those required in these specifications. Bidders shall provide a detailed proposal on how they shall fulfill the requirements. The technical requirements for the supply, delivery, installation, and commissioning of CAAP data center fire suppression system comprise of the following: project scope, technical specifications with proposed design, service level agreement and warranty and support, methodology and work plan. Uh, this is the drawing, example drawing of what is expected of the project inside the data center. Specifications. 2 units, 125 pounds in cylinder with 96 pounds. A FM200 agent with accessories. Must be capable of automatic release and manual release. With not more than 60-second countdown. Extinguishing control panel, smoke detector, alarm bell, horn, strobe, manual release and abort station, interface for automatic shutdown system of air conditioning and ventilation system. The proposed system should comprise of installation of FM200 cylinder with agent and cylinder racks fire suppression system, installation and leak test of pipes and accessories, installation of system, installation and testing of electrical system, as-built plan, training, and 3 years warranty. Training. Training must include basic firefighting, standard procedure before and after a fire, maintenance and checks of fire suppression system. Must provide yung winning bidder must provide training materials. Warranty. 3 years warranty on equipment, materials, and accessories and services. Interested parties are required to conduct site inspection. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that presentation. At this juncture, we open the discussion for any questions from our prospective bidders. If you're online, just kindly raise your hand so you can be acknowledged.
I think, Mr. Chair, the prospective bidder was disconnected, sir. So we don't have right now prospective bidder online, sir.
All right, in any case, if there are questions that are not raised during this pre-bid conference, you have the opportunity to raise them by sending it to us through writing, and we will answer your questions 10 days before the scheduled opening of the bids. Kailan ang schedule nito, Renica?
November 3, Mr. Chair.
Alright, sige. So with that, considering there's no questions, we'll already close this item. Once again, thank you to the prospective bidder who was here earlier. We hope to hear from you, and we look forward to your submitted bids. Let's move on to the next item.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, MISD. Mr. Chair, item 2.3, sir. This is also a pre-bid conference for the project supply and delivery of handheld radios for various airport, bid number 22-017-10, amounting to 6,250,000 pesos. This is a CSI project, sir, and we also received inquiries from prospective bidders for this, sir. And they are now available in the meeting rooms, waiting to be admitted, sir.
Alright, let's go ahead with the presentation, please.
For this project, Mr. Chair, the CSIS will present for this. Secretariat, kindly address the bidders.
Through the chair, good morning to everyone. We'll be presenting the rebid of equipment specifically radios, body cam, and X-ray. May I present to you my Miss Odessa Cortez to do the presentation today.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Uh, Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the supply and delivery of handheld radios for various airports with bid number 22017-10. For the invitation to bid, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines through the corporate budget for FY 2022 intends to apply the sum of 6,250,000 being the ABC to payments under contract for supply for various airports. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. CAAP now invites the bids for the procurement project. Delivery of goods is required within 30 calendar days. Bidders should have completed at least 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids a contract similar to the project. The description of the eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizen, sole proprietorship, partnership, or organization with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to the citizens of the Philippines and to the citizens or organization of a country, the laws or regulation of which grants similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizen pursuant to RA 5183. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from CAAP and inspect the bidding documents at the address given during regular hours from 8 to 5, Mondays to Friday, except declared holidays, weekends, and suspension of work. A complete bidding set of documents may be acquired by interested bidders until the deadline of submission of bids from CAAP back office, Mia Road, Pasay City, and upon payment of applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to the guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount of 11,200. The procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for fees by presenting the official receipt in person or through email. Bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address given on or before November 3, 2022 at 2 p.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in amount stated in the ITB Clause 14. The bid opening shall be on November 3, 2022 at 2 p.m. at the CAAP back office and or via Google Meet. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidder's representative who choose to attend the activity. The CAAP reserves the right to reject any and all bids declared a failure of bidding or not award the contract at any time prior to the contract award in accordance with Section 35.6 and 41 of the 2016 revised IRR of 9184 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. You may visit the following website for downloading of the bidding documents as shown the PhilJEP's website and the CAAP website. For further information, please refer to Engineer Leandro R. Varquez, the overall head BAC Secretariat, CAAP, Mia Road, or call to our telephone number 027-944-2358. For the instruction to bidders with corresponding bid datasheet, under ITB Clause 5.3, for this purpose, contracts similar to the project shall be supply and delivery of handheld radios completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. For subcontracting under 7.1, subcontracting is not allowed. For ITB 12.0 or the price of goods. The price of goods shall be quoted DDP to CAAP sites or applicable Incoterms for this project. ITB 14.1 for bid security. The bid security shall be in a form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount of not less than 125,000, which is equivalent to 2% of the ABC if the bid is in cash, cashier's, manager's check, bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit. Or letter B, the amount of not less than 312,000, which is equivalent to 5% of the ABC if the bid security is in surety bond. For ceilings and markings under ITB 515, number one, each and every page thereof shall be initialed, signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical, and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs or ear tabs and must be sequentially paginated in accurate form in the form of, for example, page 3 of 100. The page number of the last page of the document is per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole documents inside the envelope. Bids not complying with the above instruction shall be automatically disqualified. Number 2, each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of its bid. Our ITB 19.3 for the detailed evaluation and comparison of bids, partial bid is not allowed. The goods are grouped in a single lot and the lot shall not be divided into sublots for the purpose of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. For ITB 20.2 for post-qualification, under post-qualification, as shown are the post-qualification documents required to be submitted during post-qual. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or refining against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award. CAAP shall thereafter award the contract to the next lowest calculated responsive bid. Under ITB 20.21, for CAAP Memorandum dated September 17, 2018 regarding disqualification of prospective bidders with pending case against the government in the procurement activities of the CAAP, all prospective bidders shall be required to submit the following. Number 1, certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case or cases against the government, in addition to the eligibility requirements for bidders as prescribed under the revised IRR of 9184, and number 2, legal clearance to be issued by CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service with respect to the non-pendency of any case of prospective bidders against the authority. For the general conditions of the contract, specifically on the special conditions of contract, Section 5, for the GCC Clause 1.0, for the scope of the contract, for the delivery and documents, the delivery terms applicable to the contract are DDP delivered to CAAP Mir Road, Pasay City in accordance with the Incoterms. Delivery of goods shall be made by the supplier in accordance with the terms specified in the Schedule of Requirements. And for the purpose of this clause, the procuring entity's representative at the project site is the chief for CSIS or his representative. For GCC Clause 2.2, under advance payment, it's not applicable. Under 4.0, for the inspection and test, the inspections and tests that will be covered are the following: physical condition of goods, conformity of goods to the technical specification, authenticity of goods, and whether goods are delivered or functioning. The inspection and test that will be conducted should include but not limited to physical inspection inventory or whatever additional tests that the technical inspection team may require. For Section 6, under Schedule of Requirements, the project requires 250 units of handheld radio to be delivered within 30 calendar days upon receipt of the notice to proceed. For Section 7, under Technical Specification, the scope of the project will be supply, delivery, and testing of the equipment, and the address as shown where it it will be delivered, CSIS, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Old Mir Road, Pasay City. A.3, the contractor shall include in the technical proposal the documents as required by CAAP but shall not be limited to the following: original and edited version of OEM equipment technical characteristics or specifications, manuals and brochures of proposed product. The language that shall be used is English. And letter B, factory test results for the equipment if available. For the minimum requirements for the technical specification of handheld radio, as shown, must be portable or handheld radios should support both analog and digital, compatible with traditional analog radios. Um, Portable radios should support analog and digital mode in one channel, full keypad for easy accessibility to change channel, VOX ready for hands-free communication with user programmable feature, uh, and adjustable power levels from high to low, with battery saver mode and with battery indicator, and of course support end-to-end encryption in digital mode. For the operating frequency, the frequency range is from 136 to 174 megahertz with a channel capacity of not less than 200 and an operating voltage of at least 7 volts. As shown are other requirements, minimum requirements for the handheld radio. For the receiver technical specification, as shown is the minimum requirements for the receiver and for the transmitter requirements. For the technical specification, as shown is the minimum requirements. Of course, it requires a dust-proof and waterproof IP54 standard. And for the accessories, as shown, we require one extra lithium-ion battery each unit, rapid charger with universal adapter, threaded antenna each, radio headset each, and belt clip operator's manual, and a programming cable, one unit per 50 radios. So the project is 250 radios. We require 5 programming cable. For the delivery, testing, and warranty, the equipment shall be protected against extreme temperature and humidity and shall be stored in a condition or place to prevent corrosion and contamination. Contractor shall deliver and handle the equipment in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendation. The product inspection and functional testing shall be performed by the CSIS representative to verify the compliance of the equipment to the requirements set forth in the technical specification. Product inspection shall be performed upon delivery to site prior to the issuance of the certificate of completion to ensure that the equipment is in good physical condition, good physical and running condition. The CAAP requires 1-year warranty and 2 years on parts and service. The bidder shall guarantee that all spare parts necessary for the maintenance of the equipment shall be available for at least 2 years after the end of the production of the type of equipment. The contractor shall be responsible for the shipment of defective parts to the manufacturer and vice versa, cost of which shall be borne by the contractor for the duration of the warranty period. For training and acceptance, we require training of CSIS personnel with regards to the operation and maintenance of the equipment. Four personnel from CSIS within a duration of 1 week. The contractor shall not be paid in full amount without the certificate of completion issued by CAAP. This certificate shall serve as one of the requirements for the payment. And for other requirements, the contractor shall be responsible for securing all necessary permits and NTC license from the respective offices. The cost of acquiring the permits, including the processing, shall be borne by the contractor. For the checklist of technical and financial documents, as shown for the Class A documents under legal documents from letter A to D. For technical documents, as shown E, F to M. And for the financial documents, as shown in the Class B documents. And other required under RA 9184 as applicable. And for the financial component envelope, the financial bid form, and the price schedules. The price schedule of goods offered from the price schedule will be based on the goods offered abroad from the Philippines. Uh, that's all, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you for that presentation. At this juncture, we open the floor for queries from our prospective bidders. If there's any.
Prospective bidders, do you have any questions or clarifications po? Mr. Chair, we don't have any clarifications or questions from our prospective bidders, sir.
All right, in any case, should there be questions that are not raised during this pre-bid conference, you can still send it to us through writing and we will endeavor to answer all of them to 10 days before the scheduled open. Sige, considering no more questions, let's already close this item. Maraming salamat po to everyone who attended and we look forward to your submissions. Thank you, Frank, and we dismissed them already. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Secretariat, please kindly dismiss our prospective bidders for this project. Mr. Chair, the room is now cleared, sir. We can now proceed to item 2.4, sir.
All right, so for 2.4, we'll have the pre-bid conference for supply and delivery of body cameras for various airports, also CSIS projects. Do we have this for this?
We have, sir.
Secretary,
Secretariat, please.
already. Thank you.
Kindly admit, sir. I kindly admit, Secretariat. CSIS, Mr. Chair, will present for this project, sir.
All right, go ahead, please.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the supply and delivery of body cameras for various airports with bid number 22018-10. For the invitation, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines to Corporate Operating Budget for FY 2022 intends to apply the sum of 2 million pesos being the ABC to payments under the contract for supply delivery of body cameras for various airports. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. The CAAP now invites bids for the above procurement project. Delivery of goods is within 30 calendar days. Bidders should have completed within 3 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids a contract similar to the project. The description of the eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised IRR of the Republic Act 9184. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizen or sole proprietorship, partnership, or organization with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stocks belonging to citizens of the Philippines and to citizens or organization of a country, the laws or regulation of which grant similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizen pursuant to RA 5183. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from CAAP and inspect the bidding documents at the address given during regular hours from 8 to 5, Mondays to Fridays, except declared holidays, weekends, and suspension of work. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders until the deadline of submission of bids from CAAP Back Office, Mia Road, Pasay City, and upon payment of applicable fee for the bidding documents, pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount of 5,600 pesos. The procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for the fees by presenting the official receipt in person or through email. Bids must be duly received by BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address given on or before November 3, 2022 at 2 p.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms in amount stated in the ITB Clause 14. Bid opening shall be on November 3, 2022 at 2 p.m. at the CAAP back office and or via Google Meet. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidder's representative who choose to attend the activity. The CAAP reserves the right to reject any and all bids declare a failure of bidding or not award the contract at any time prior to the contract award in accordance with Section 35.6 and 41 of the 2016 revised IRR of the 9184 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. You may visit the following website for downloading the bidding documents, as shown the PhilJEP's website and the CAAP website. For further information, please refer to Engineer Leandro R. Barquez, Overall Head, BAC Secretariat, CAAP, Mia Road, or call through our telephone number 027-944-2358. For the instructions to bidder under Section 3, Bid Data Sheet, ITB Clause 5.3, for the eligible bidders, for this purpose, contracts similar to the project shall be supply and delivery of body cameras and completed within 3 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. Under ITB 7.1 for subcontracting, subcontracting is not allowed. Under ITB 12.0 or the price of goods, the price of goods shall be quoted DDP to CAAP or applicable international Incoterms for this project. ITB 14.1 for the bid security. The bid security shall be in a form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. Letter A, the amount of not less than 40,000, which is equivalent to 2% of the ABC if the bid security is in cash, cashier's or manager's check, bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit. Or letter B, the amount of not less than 100,000, which is equivalent to 5% of the ABC if the bid security is bond. Under ITB 15.0 for sealing and markings of bids, each and every page thereof shall be initialed, signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs or ear tabs and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order or in a form of example page 3 of 100. Page number of the last page of the document is per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole documents inside the envelope. Bids not complying with the above instructions shall be automatically disqualified. Each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of its bid. And under 19.3, for the detailed evaluation and comparison of bids, partial bid is not allowed. The goods are grouped in a single lot and the lot shall not be divided in sublots for the purpose of the bidding, evaluation, and contract award. For 20.2, under post-qualification, as shown are the other appropriate documents required to be submitted during post-qualification. Failure to submit any of the post-qual requirements on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award. CAAP shall thereafter award the contract to the next lowest calculated responsive bid. And ITB 21.0 for a memorandum dated September 17, 2018 regarding disqualification of prospective bidders with pending case against the government in the procurement activities of the CAAP, all prospective bidders shall be required to submit the following. Number 1, certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government, in addition to the eligibility requirements for bidders as prescribed under the revised implementing rules and regulation of RA 9184, and legal clearance to be issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service with respect to the non-pendency of any cases of prospective bidders against the authority. For the general conditions of the contract, specific on the section on special conditions of the contract, section 5, for the scope of contract under the delivery of end documents, the delivery terms applicable in the contract are DDP delivered to CAAP Mia Road, Pasay City in accordance with Incoterms. The delivery of goods shall be made by the supplier in accordance with the terms specified in Section 6 of the Schedule of Requirements. For purposes of this clause, the procuring entity's representative at the project site is the chief of CSIS or his representative. For the GCC clause 2.2, advance payment is not applicable. For 4.0, action and tests that will be covered are the following: physical condition of goods, conformity of goods to the technical specification, authenticity of goods, and whether goods delivered or functioning. The inspection and test that will be conducted shall include but not limited to the physical inspection inventory or whatever additional tests that the technical inspection team may require. For Section 6, for the schedule of requirement, the project requires 50 units of body camera to be delivered within 30 calendar days upon receipt of the notice to proceed. For the technical specification, the scope shall include supply, delivery, and testing of the equipment and will be delivered at the CAAP, CSIS, CAAP Security and Intelligence Service, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Old Mia Road, Pasay City. The contractor shall include in the technical proposal the documents as required by CAAP but shall not be limited to the following: original and edited latest version of OEM equipment technical characteristics or specifications, manual and brochures of proposed products, and the language that shall be used is English. Factory results for equipment if available. As shown is the minimum requirements for the body camera's technical specification. We require an image resolution of 1080p with at least at 25 frames per second. And the video compression is H.264. Same additional requirements as shown for the minimum requirements for the body camera. The IP standard for this is IP67, adaptive to various environments, with a 2-meter drop shock protection. For the battery, storage battery and dimension, as shown, storage. And for the accessories, 1 extra battery, lithium-ion battery each unit, with power adapter, USB cable, body strap with clip, and the operator's manual for each body camera. For the delivery, testing, and warranty, the equipment shall be protected against extreme temperature and humidity and shall be stored in a condition placed to prevent corrosion and contamination. Contractor shall deliver and handle the equipment in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendation. The product inspection and functional testing shall be conducted by the CSIS representative to verify the compliance of the equipment to the requirements set forth in the technical specification. Product inspection shall be performed upon delivery to site prior to the issuance of the certificate of completion to ensure that the equipment is in good physical and running condition. CAAP requires 1-year warranty and 2 years on parts and service for the supplied equipment. The bidder shall guarantee all spare parts necessary for the maintenance of the equipment shall be available for at least 2 years after the end of production of the equipment. The contractor shall be responsible for the shipment of parts to the manufacturer and vice versa, the cost of which shall be borne by the contractor for the duration of the warranty period. For the training and acceptance, we require a training for operation and maintenance. We require for CSIS personnel Manila with 1 week duration. The contractor shall not be paid in full amount without the certificate of completion issued by CAAP. The certificate shall serve as one of the requirements for the payment. The company responsible for securing all necessary permits from respective offices. The cost of acquiring such permits, including its processing, shall be borne by the contractor. As shown, for the technical checklist for the technical and financial documents under technical component envelope class A, as shown, the legal documents from A to D. For the documents shown from letter E to M. For the financial documents from O to P, and class B documents for other documentary requirements under 9184 as applicable. And for the financial envelope, the financial bid form and the price schedule of goods within the Philippines or price schedule of goods offered from abroad. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that presentation. At this juncture, we open the floor for discussion or questions from our prospective bidders.
So, Chair, we have in the room Contact Point Incorporated, and I think that's the only bidder available. Ma'am, sir, meron po kayong question? Yes, ma'am. Can you state your name and the company you represent po? For
Hello
raising your
sir,
question po.
good morning po. Mariel Consignado from Contact Point. Opo, sir, yung regarding lang po sa technical specs ng body-worn camera, can we request po if possible na yung specs na can support external memory must be removed po to preserve po yung captured audio or video integrity po ng body-worn camera.
Yes, please.
Hello po.
Yes po, ma'am. Ano po natin kayo, i-refer po namin kayo sa end user, CSIS, Odeng, please.
We will discuss and if necessary po mag-issue na lang ng bid bulletin if pag-aaralan muna namin as end user po. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Tapos, may isa po akong concern. Yung camera angle of view diagonal, 150 degrees, horizontal 110, resolution 13 MP, at saka po yung night view to white LED, to IR LED, 15 m infrared distance. Kung okay lang po ay manufacturer's specification.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Go ahead.
Sorry. As based on presented technical specification, minimum requirements po yun
Okay po.
So if you can offer higher specification as long as lumampas dun sa requirements namin. Minimum lang po namin na requirements po yan. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sige po. Thank you po. And then last po is yung external memory, sir, if possible po na ma-remove siya para ma-preserve po, sir, yung captured audio or video integrity body-worn camera.
I-discuss muna namin and if necessary po with the end user na kung mag-issue kami, pag titingnan namin po.
Okay po. Sige po. Thank you, sir. Yun lang naman po yung concern ko po. Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alright, do you have any other questions? For any questions not raised during this bid pre-bid conference, you can send them to us through in writing up to 10 days before the scheduled bid opening. Alright. Wala na iba na, Attorney
Wala
Frank?
na po, sir. Isa lang po yung
Alright.
prospective bidder po.
Sige, considering there's no more questions, we can already close this item. Once again, maraming salamat po to everyone who attended and everyone who are viewing online. We look forward to your submissions. Let's move on to the next item, please.
Thank you po.
Secretary, please, can you remove contact point? Mr. Chair, the next item in our agenda is item 2.5, tracking services for transfer of X-ray machines from CAAP main office to various airports, bid number 22-019-10, amounting to 2,003,120 pesos CSIS project, sir. And we also have prospective bidders for this, Mr. Chair. Permission to admit them, sir, and CSIS 2%.
Go ahead, please.
Secretary, please, can you admit prospective bidders? Go ahead. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the tracking services for for transfer of X-ray machine from CAAP main office to various airports with bid number 22019-10. For the invitation to bid, the CAAP to the corporate operating budget for FY 2022 intends to apply the sum of 2,320 being the ABC to payments under contract for tracking services for transfer of X-ray machine from CAAP main office to various airports. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. CAAP now invites bids for the above procurement project. Delivery of goods is within 30 calendar days. Bidders should have completed within 3 years from the date of submission of receipt and receipt of bids a contract similar to the project. The description of the eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as per a 2016 revised IRR of the Republic Act 9184. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizen or sole proprietorship, partnership, or organization with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines and to citizens or organization of a country, the laws or regulation of which grant similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizens pursuant to RA 5183. Prospective bidder may obtain further information from the CAAP and inspect the bidding documents at the address given during regular hours from 8 to 5, Mondays to Friday, except declared holidays, weekends, and suspension of work. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders until the deadline of submission of bids from CAAP back office, Mia Road, Pasay City, and upon payment of applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to the guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount of 5,600. The procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for the fees by presenting the official receipt in person or through email. Bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address given on or before November 3, 2022 at 2 p.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and an amount stated in ITB 14. Bid opening shall be November 3, 2022 at 2 p.m. at the CAAP back office and or via Google Meet. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidder's representatives who choose to attend the activity. The CAAP reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 35.6 and 41 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. You may visit the following website for downloading of the bidding documents as shown, the PhilJobs website and the CAAP website. For further information, please refer to Engineer Leandro R. Verquez, the overall head for the BAC Secretariat, CAAP, Mia Road, Pasay City, or call to our telephone number 027-944-2358. For the instruction to bidders with corresponding bid data sheet under Section 3, for ITB Clause 5.3 for eligible bidders. For this purpose, contracts similar to the project shall be letter A, tracking services or freight forwarding services for transport of supplies to any point or destination in the Philippines. Letter B, completed within 3 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. For ITB 7.1, under subcontracting is not allowed. For ITB Clause 12.0 for the bid price, the price of the goods shall be quoted DDP to CAAP sites or applicable international Incoterms for this project. ITB Clause 14.1, the bid security shall under bid security, the bid security shall be in a form of bid security declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. Letter A, the amount of not less than 40,062.40, which is equivalent to 2% of the EBC if the bid security is in cash, cashier's, manager's check, bank draft guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 100,156, which is equivalent to 5% of the EBC if the bid security is in surety bond. For ITB 15.0, under sealing and marking of bids, each and every page thereof shall be initialed, signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical, and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs or ear tab, and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order in the form of, for example, page 3 of 100. Page number of the last page of the document is per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the documents inside the envelope. Bids not complying with the above instruction shall be automatically disqualified. And number 2, each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second component of its bid. ITB 19, under detailed evaluation and comparison, partial bid is not allowed. The goods are grouped in a single lot and the lot shall not be divided into sublots for the purpose of the bidding, evaluation, and contract award. For ITB 20.2, for post-qualification, as shown are other appropriate documents required to be submitted during post-qualification. Failure to submit any of the post-qual requirements on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award. CAAP shall thereafter award the contract to the next lowest calculated responsive bid. Under ITB 2021, per CAAP Memorandum dated September 17, 2018 regarding the disqualification of prospective bidders with pending case against the government in the procurement activities of the CAAP. All prospective bidders shall be required to submit the following. Number 1, a certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case or cases against the government, in addition to the eligibility requirements for bidders as prescribed under the revised IRR of the RA 9184, and legal clearance to be issued by CAAP, enforcement and legal service with respect to the non-pendency of any cases of prospective bidders against the authority. For the general conditions of the contract, specific on special conditions of contract, Section 5, for GCC Clause 1.0, scope of contract, the delivery terms applicable to the contract are DDP delivered to CAAP Mir Road, Pasay City in accordance with the Incoterms. The delivery terms applicable for this contract. The X-ray machines are to be delivered to the respective airports and facilities in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao listed below. So we have 7 sites, and shown is the description of the X-ray to be delivered. For Section 6, Schedule of Requirement, this project is considers one lot and will to be delivered within 30 calendar days upon receipt of notice to proceed. Shown, again, the airports and the facilities where the X-rays will be delivered. For Lawag International Airport, Puerto Princesa, Antique, Zamboanga, San Vicente, Civil Aviation Training Center, and the Air Traffic Management Center. For Lawag, one unit cabin baggage. For Puerto Princesa, one hold baggage. For Antique, one hold baggage. For Zamboanga, one cabin baggage. For San Vicente, one hold baggage and one cabin baggage. For Civil Aviation Training Center, two cabin baggage. And for Air Traffic Management Center, two cabin baggage. For Section 7, with regards to the technical specification of the X-ray as a basis for the tracking services, for the whole baggage, the height of the whole baggage X-ray is 191 centimeters with a width of 145 centimeters, length of 384 centimeters, and a weight of 2,500 kilograms. For the cabin, 144 centimeters, width of 125, and a length 255 centimeters with a weight of 1,500 kilograms. For the checklist of technical and financial documents, for the technical component envelope, for the Class A documents, for the legal documents as shown from A to D, for the technical documents as shown, and for the financial documents and Class B documents as shown. And other requirements under RA 9184 as applicable. And for the financial component envelope, the original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and the original duly signed accomplished price schedule.
All right, thank you. At this point, let's open the discussion for questions from our prospective bidders. Meron po ba tayong present online?
We have here nawala po si Mr. Arnel Gortiza, sir, na disconnect. We do not have right now, sir, bidders online. I think the prospective bidder was disconnected, sir.
Okay, sige. Should they be watching still to our streaming? Just to inform everyone, you can still send your questions through writing to our back secretariat office, and we will answer them 10 days before the scheduled opening. So may opportunity po kayo to submit your questions kung hindi dito. So considering there's no bidders online and there's no questions, let's already close this item. Thank you for the bidder who attended earlier, and thank you CSIS for your presentation. All right, let's proceed to the last item, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Item 2.6, which is the pre-bid conference for the project supply and delivery of 2 units X-ray scanner man portable, bid number 22-020-10, amounting to 12 million pesos, a CSI project, and we also have a prospective bidder for this, sir. CSIS will present for this project. Go ahead, Deng.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the supply delivery of 2 units X-ray scanner man portable with the bid number 22020-10. For the invitation to bid, the CAAP through the corporate operating budget for FY 2022 intends to apply the sum of 12 million pesos, being the ABC, to payments under the contract for supply and delivery of 2 units X-ray scanner man portable. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. The CAAP now invites bids for the above procurement project. Delivery of goods is within 60 calendar days. Bidders should have completed within 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids a contract similar to the project. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised IRR of the Republic Act 9184. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizen or sole proprietorship, partnership, or organizations with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines and to citizens organizations of a country the laws or regulations of which grant similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizens pursuant to RA 5183. Prospective bidders may obtain further information through CAAP and inspect the bidding documents at the address given during regular hours from 8 to 5 p.m. Mondays to Friday, except declared holidays, weekends, and suspension of work. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders until the deadline of submission of bids from CAAP Back Office, Mia Road, Pasay City, and upon payment of the applicable fee for bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount of 28,000 pesos. The procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for the fees by presenting the official receipt in person or through email. Bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address given on or before November 3, 2022 at 2 p.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in amount stated in the ITB Clause 14. Bid opening shall be on November 3, 2022 at 2 p.m. at the CAAP back office and or via Google Meet. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidder's representatives who choose to attend the activity. The CAAP reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to the contract award in accordance with Section 35.6 and 41 of the 2016 IRR of Republic Act 9184 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. You may visit the following website for the downloading of bidding documents as shown the PhilZEP's website and the CAAP website. For further information, please refer to Engineer Leandro R. Verquez, the overall Head Back Secretariat, CAAP, Mia Road, Pasay City, or call to our telephone number 027-944-2358. Shown are the airports where the X-ray scanner shall be deployed for Iloilo International Airport and Tacloban Airport. Under instruction to bidders with corresponding bid data sheet or BDS under Section 3 for ITB Clause 5.3 for the eligible bidders. For this purpose, contract similar to the project shall be letter A, supply and delivery of X-ray scanner man-portable and completed within 5 years prior to the deadline and submission and receipt of bids. Under ITB 7.1 for some subcontracting is not allowed. For ITB 12.0 for the bid price, the price of the goods should be quoted DDP to CAAP sites or applicable Incoterms for this project. Under ITB 14.1 for bid security, the bid security shall be in a form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amount. Letter A, the amount of not less than 240,000, which is equivalent to 2% of the ABC, if the bid security is in cash, cashier's or manager's check, bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, or letter B, the amount of not less than 600,000, which is equivalent to 5% of the ABC if the bid security is in surety bond. For ITB Clause 15.0, for under sealing and marking of bids, each and every page thereof shall be initialed, signed by the duly authorized representative representatives of the bidder, submitted eligibility, technical, and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs or ear tabs and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order in a form of, for example, page 3 of 100, page number of the last page of the document is per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequential based of full documents inside the envelope. Bids not complying with the above instructions shall be automatically disqualified. And number two, each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of its bid. Under 19.3, for detailed evaluation and comparison of bids, partial bid is not allowed. Goods are grouped in a single lot and the lot shall not be divided in sublots for the purpose of the bidding, evaluation, and contract award. Under ITB 20.2, for the post-qualification, as shown are other documents required to be submitted during post-qualification. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or the finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award. CAAP shall thereafter award the contract to the next lowest calculated responsive bid. Under ITB 21.0, per CAAP memorandum dated September 17, 2020 regarding the disqualification of prospective bidders with pending case against the government in the procurement activities of the CAAP, all prospective bidders shall be required to submit the following. Number one, certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case or cases against the government, in addition to the eligibility requirements for bidders as prescribed under the revised IRR of the Republic Act 9184. Number two, legal clearance to be issued by the CAAP and Legal Service with respect to the non-pendency of any cases of prospective bidders against this authority. For the general conditions of the contract, specific on the special conditions of the contract, Section 5, for 1.0 or the scope of contract, the delivery and documents. The delivery terms applicable to the contract are DDP delivered to CAAP near Road, Pasay City in accordance with Incoterms. Delivery of goods shall be made by the supplier in accordance with the terms specified in Section 6 or the Schedule of Requirements. For purposes of this clause, the procuring entity's representative at the project site is the chief of CSIS or his representative. For the 2.2, GC clause 2.2 for advance payment, it's not applicable. For 4.0, under inspection and test, the inspection and test that will be covered are the following: physical condition of goods, conformity of goods to the technical specification, authenticity of goods, and whether goods delivered are functioning. The inspection and test that will be conducted shall include but not limited to physical inspection and inventory or whatever additional tests that the technical inspection team may require. Under Section 6, for the schedule of requirements, the project requires delivery of 2 units, X-ray scanning man-portable, which will be delivered within 60 calendar days upon receipt of the notice to proceed. For the technical specification, the scope shall include supply, delivery, and testing of the equipment, and the address where the delivery and site testing of the equipment shall be conducted at the International Airport and Tacloban Airport. And the contractor shall include in their technical proposal the documents as required by CAAP but shall not be limited to the following: original and edited latest version of OEM equipment technical characteristics or specification, manuals and brochures of the proposed project, and the language that will be used shall be in English. And letter B, factory tests for the equipment if available. And for the minimum requirements for the X-ray scanner, scanner must be at least 30, must be able to scan 30-inch bag measured cross from top left corner to the bottom right corner of the scanner in a single approach, and must have a bate indicator. For the X-ray source, Also, must be portable. Can emit a minimum 60-degree beam to cover the larger target surface areas, even at a short distance in case of tight spaces. And as shown, must be able to position the X-ray vertically or horizontally without additional tools, accessories, or approach. And as required, the minimum penetration, steel penetration must be at least 37 millimeter. For the image controller receiver, the minimum requirements are shown. The image controller must have a built-in software that can stitch multiple scanned images at a very large targets that exceeded 30-inch surface. For the backup software, during the bidding, the bidder must provide a statement from the manufacturer stating that its portable X-ray scanning system will come up with a separate flash drive that consists a plug-and-play software that can be installed in another laptop or tablet that can operate the portable scanner and X-ray source as a redundant option. And for the paper-thin, self-developing X-ray film, as shown, the delivery must come with at least 100 pieces of the paper-thin X-ray film, and must be usable regardless of the lighting condition, and the size must be at least 8.5 by 11 bond paper, and no more than 250 microns in thickness. And for wireless connectivity and wire drill, the portable scanner, X-ray source, and controller should have all built-in wireless devices. Therefore, there should only be 3 components during the operation. Additional extra devices are disallowed. These 3 components should be operable as one system wirelessly. However, in case of signal jamming operations, the bidder is required to include at least a 50-meter wire in reel during delivery. So for the accessories, for the spare battery, we require a spare battery for the X-ray source. For the weatherproof ruggedized transport, all components of the system must be housed in a ruggedized transport case that will contain and protect all components of the system, such as the scanner, X-ray source, laptop, and tablet and reel. For also must include a tripod that will be used for scanning elevated objects. For the delivery and testing, the equipment shall be protected against extreme temperature and humidity and shall be stored in a conditioned place to prevent corrosion and contamination. Contractor shall deliver and handle the equipment in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendation. Contractor shall be responsible for the delivery, shipment of the equipment from the contractor's premises up to the delivery site. The product inspection and functional testing shall be conducted by the CSIS representative to verify the compliance of the equipment to the requirements set forth in the technical specification. Product inspection shall be performed upon delivery to the site prior to the issuance of the certificate of completion to ensure that the equipment is in good physical and running condition. The CAAP requires 1-year warranty period for both software and hardware components for the supplied equipment. The bidder shall guarantee at least all spare parts necessary for the maintenance of the equipment shall be available for at least 2 years after the end of production of the equipment. The contractor shall be responsible for the shipment of defective parts to the manufacturer and vice versa, cost of which shall be borne by the contractor for the duration of the warranty period. For the training and acceptance, we require training for operation and maintenance, 4 personnel from CSIS Manila and 5 personnel from each airport site. For the maintenance, 4 personnel from Manila and 2 personnel from the CSIS airport site. And the duration will be 1 week. The contractor shall not be paid in full amount without the certificate of completion issued by CAAP. The certificate shall serve as one of the requirements for the payment. And for other requirements, the contractor shall be responsible for securing all necessary permits from respective offices. The cost of acquiring such permits shall include its process its processing shall be borne by the contractor. For the checklist of technical and financial documents under technical component, for Class A documents, the legal and technical documents as shown. For the financial documents as shown and Class B documents. And as shown, the other documentary requirements under RA 9184 as applicable. And for the second envelope or the financial component envelope, the original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and original of duly signed and accomplished price schedules. The price schedule offered within the Philippines or the price schedule of goods offered from abroad. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Alright, thank you for that presentation. Once again, we'll open the discussion for any clarifications or questions from our prospective bidders, if there's any.
We have present here in our meeting room, Mr. Chair, from IntelliServe Trading Incorporated. And yeah, that's the only prospective bidder, Mr. Chair, in attendance today.
Okay, do you have any questions? Okay, if there's none, you still have the opportunity to send your questions with writing. Yes, there you go. Sige po.
Good morning po. Sir, clarify lang po, yung sa delivery po, nakalagay po dun sa invitation to bid. Sa invitation to bid po, 90 calendar days. Pero po dun sa schedule of requirements is 60 days. Alin po ang susundin?
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Go ahead, please.
60 days po yung yung delivery. Thank you.
Okay po, thank you. Lalo.
Further questions?
Wala na po, thank you.
Sige. Alright, if there's none, we can already close this item. Once again, let me just reiterate, should there be further questions that are not raised during this pre-bid conference, you can still send them to us through writing, through our back secretariat. We'll answer them up to 10 days before the scheduled bid opening. Sige, with that, let's already close this item. Maraming salamat po for those who attended and to the presenter. Let's already dismiss them, secretariat.
The meeting room is now cleared, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so that appears to be the last item for the pre-bid conference. Conference is set this morning. Do you have anything under other matters?
None from the technical working group, Mr. Chair and Secretariat.
Okay, sige. With that, we can already maybe end this meeting. We do have the continuation of the meeting for this afternoon at 2 p.m. Tama?
Yes, sir. 2 p.m., sir.
This is for opening of bids. Do we need to be physically present for this? Or okay lang?
At least 2 members, Mr. Chair. One from the end user and maybe one from the regular member, just to sign the documents or initials the documents, sir.
Sige.
And we will just coordinate, sir, who will be attending in person, sir.
Yeah, please do coordinate. At the moment, naka-travel yung management, so I'll be assisting them upstairs. And meron,
Okay,
I think
sir.
lahat ba kayo may meeting with the BAA for this week? Parang lahat, no? Nag-set sila
Yes,
ng Bangsamoro meetings all over. Sige, mag-coordinate na lang tayo. So with that, let's already end this morning's meeting and we'll see you again this afternoon. Maraming salamat po. Meeting is adjourned.
Good morning. Yung lunch po, yung for the members, ihahatid na lang po namin sa mga respective offices po ninyo. For the back secretariat and technical working group, you may meet at the back office po. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice lunch.